got TikTok Tuesday. That's right, TikTok Tuesday. We're also going to be talking about Two Doors Down, right? Two Doors Down, where two worlds collide. We're even going to check out the new Corvette on today's episode of GM3X. And of course, because that's what we do, we're going to talk about Democrats and Republicans and all that other stuff. All right? That and more. Today's episode, GM3X. Let's grow! Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to eight, and the founder of the 800% Elite Club. I hope you're ready, and it's time to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday. That's right, Taco Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, July 12th, 2022. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be. First and last time it'll ever be Tuesday, July 12th. Incredible, incredible day. Hey, do me a favor, those of you over on Facebook, I'm noticing it's doing some weird stuff over there. So do me a huge favor, if you would, tag your friends, help them find it. They may have a hard time finding the show this morning. Might be, what do they call it? Blacklisted or something like that. I don't know. But listen, I'm coming to you live from Virginia. That's right. I'm coming to you live from Charlottesville, Virginia, which is just an amazing city in so many ways. But I'm coming to you live from Charlottesville, Virginia. This is the home of CMA, which is Carter Myers Automotive Group. All right? What's up, my TikTok peeps? I'm glad you're here. This is the home of Carter Myers Automotive Group, the most amazing automotive organization in all of the world, as far as I'm concerned. It's the most incredible group that I've had an opportunity to spend a lot of time with, get to know all of the people, and be able to grow with, right? An incredible organization. And so Danelle Delgado, my friend Danelle, and I, we are here together pouring into their leaders, which is amazing, right? What an incredible opportunity, right? I get to pour into the leaders, the associates, as they're called in this particular organization, of such a powerful and impactful organization, right? Which is super, super cool. And what's really neat is all of these different leaders in this organization, every single one of them is very unique, right? They lead in different ways. They bring different skill sets to the table. They look different, walk different, talk different. They come from different backgrounds. Every single one of them is unique because the company itself is breaking records. The company itself is thriving during what we thought was going to be a really difficult and challenging season, all right? With all the things going on in the world, here they are breaking records and thriving. So it's super cool to be a part of, right? And their leader, Miss Liza Myers-Borges, who's usually in here with us. Actually, I see her right there. Her leader, Miss Liza Myers-Borges, is truly unique. She truly is a one of one. A one of one. She is humble. She is calculated. She is progressive. That really packs a punch. She really packs a punch with her professionalism and her conviction to success. I captured this picture of her yesterday. This is her just humbly sitting in the grass, talking with one of her associates off to the side while we were having lunch. And I just thought, wow, man. For those of you that are on TikTok, for those of you that are over here on Instagram, if you want to see the full production, you want to see the pictures and the video, feel free to go over to Facebook. Same with you on Clubhouse. You can listen in here, or you're welcome to go over to Facebook. But man, I captured this picture of her just humbly sitting on the ground, talking to one of her associates. And I just thought, man, that is a picture of humility right there, right? That's a picture of humility. Liza is very, very, very successful. She owns 20 3 dealerships across the country. Her and her family have had a track record of success, and yet there she is sitting on the ground, focused in on that one, in that moment, completely 100% present. I mean, she's a rare bird, man. She's a rare bird. I mean, just look at the stats. If you don't think that's a rare trait, let's just look at the stats. Out of 7,400 General Motors dealerships, only 3% are owned by women. At Ford Motors, it's 5% that are owned by women. Let's say across the board, roughly 5% of the owners of car dealerships nationwide are women. Only 5%. And less than that are actually owners of dealerships, of dealership groups, right? So we're talking about a human who is unique in so many ways, leads all of these powerful and diverse humans in an incredible and impactful way, and is doing something that is extremely rare, if not unique. I mean, 23 dealerships, 1,000 associates. I mean, that would literally be rare for anyone. That would be rare for anyone to achieve, man or woman. It's fascinating. She is a fascinating human with a fascinating story. I suggest that you go and you follow her. Right now, if you're on any of the social platforms, look up Liza Myers-Borges. I suggest that you follow her, get to know her more, have her be a part of your life. It'll make an impact just like she has on mine. Make sure you're followed. Make sure you're connected. She's really just an amazing human. So connect with her. Connect with Carter Myers Automotive. And while you're doing that, since we're on the topic of cars and whatnot, my boy Evan went out and recently did a breakdown on the new Corvette, the new Corvettes, and they're sexy as all whatnot. So he was like, bro, can you show everybody this new Corvette? I'm like, yeah, let's check it out. So while you're following Liza Myers-Borges and connecting with her, check out my boy Evan and the new C8.
Good morning, everybody. This is Evan with GM3X Auto. Last time we touched on the all-new 20, see how it feels, see what the interior was like, how the suspension, it was awesome. But today, we get to dive in on the other end of the spectrum, the all-American muscle, the 2021 C8 mid-engine Corvette. What is super cool and the star of the show on this ride is the mid-engine. This is 495 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. What a beautiful car. They've really engineered this thing to get all the performance out. Look at that, man. This is awesome. We also, to keep this thing all the power to the road, it's got these massive tires, huge tires, awesome 4 exhaust. It's also got the Z51 package, so that's going to include the Brembo brakes to stop this beast. The inside, they've outdone it. It's more like a rocket ship. They've taken this red leather interior, mixed it with the carbon fiber. This has got the all carbon fiber package on the door panels, on the side here by the cluster. Inside of the 2021 C8, I'm going to show you a little bit what they've done on the interior. They've made it really focused on the driver. So they've taken all of these controls, centered it, made it a lot easier to access while you're driving. They've also included a couple different ways that you can access the performance of the car. There's a couple different modes that we can do. I like to keep it on the Z mode, which makes the performance, all of the performance at height. Now let's take it for a spin and see what this thing's got. We'll do a little launch. Woo! Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. American muscle. Definitely different than the EV world. I think I'm gonna be the American muscle side. all I can say is wow. Chevrolet definitely killed that one. That was awesome. So not only did they kill it on the performance, on the drag strip type of vehicle, but they also thought about your everyday drive. Not bad, not bad. Fit a couple groceries in there. Come to the back. They thought about us golfers too. They say 2 can fit in there. I say comfortably 1, maybe 2 clubs. So that's it for the 2021 C8. Thank you.
Absolutely fired. Like I'm with Evan. I like the electric car. I like the Tesla. I think the Tesla's cool. I think the fact that it drives itself and all that stuff's whatnot is nice. But did you hear that thing? Did you hear that car? I mean, oh my gosh, dude. There's something about that. It's just getting after, right? That you cannot deny. That's what I'm talking about. Good old-fashioned American muscle. So listen, I hope you use that time to connect with my girl Eliza. We're going to be diving into today's show. We're going to be talking about quite a few things. One, it's TikTok Tuesday, so we can come better together as human beings through all of that. But before we get too far, you know what we got to do on this show. You know we got to do some dancing. You know we got to get moving and shaking. You know we got to do all those things. So let's see if I can't get some music up in here. Here we go. Y'all know this song. This is my boy Tony with the Keys.
Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag rising grind, hashtag rising grind. First thing hashtag rising grind. Early in the morning grind, baby motivation.
There we go. Listen, for those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show. Right? The way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. Sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. So if you're on Facebook right now, you need to share it out. If you're on Clubhouse, hit the little square at the bottom of the screen with the arrow out of the top, and then share this out in the Clubhouse streets. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the places. Share it out. I would greatly appreciate it. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Fair enough? Listen, good morning, Rachel Gidry. Great to see you. What's up, Rich Pintry? I'm glad you're here as well. Angela Pinter C. Glad you're in the building. Tina Kelly Overfelt. Good morning. William Sherm. Billy Sherm. What's up, Melvin Rodriguez, Gail Beecraft, Dustin Williams, and Rick Tamborino. What's up, Dora Maria, Christina Howard, Vicki Everett, Alicia Waltz, Clay Morris, Catherine Reedy. I see Jared Ross is in the building. Playing some golf. Love that, Jared. Tofire. Over on Instagram, I see the Queen, Renee Nora, is in the building. Dominicia is also up in here. Life Coach Gloria, great to see you. I got some people over on TikTok. Texas Scrapper is in the building. The Bottom Bolwell is in the building as well. I'm glad you're here. And of course, over on Clubhouse, that's right, over on Clubhouse, we got my boy Jeff, we got Jackie in the building. We've also got Antony, we've got Aid, I believe it's Aid or a D maybe, is in the building. I see Andrea is in the building. Good morning, Andrea. And Jeanne and Adrian and Miranda. I see Coco and Lady Jules. I see Wood and Limitless Siga. What's up, Aid? I see Paul and Courtney and Sue and Richard is in the building. Marissa is in the building as well. Allison and Talika and Frank and Queen. I'm so glad you all chose to spend some time with me this morning right here. Your day motivation. Love to get into the top voting conversations. And also on Tuesdays, a little something special. Straight from my boy Brandon, TikTok Tuesdays. Let's go.
Good morning. Good Tuesday morning to be specific. We need to catch your nickname. But anyway, happy Tuesday. Sending the good vibes for you for this start of the week. Today we're back with a new TikTok Tuesday. Today's TikTok I found is a pretty interesting one. It's a news story, but it's a little unique. This story begins with a 27-year-old man who cleans houses. I know that sounds a little weird, but hear me out. His name is the Cleaning Fairy. He owns up to it very well, and check this out.
This guy runs a cleaning service called the Cleaning Fairy. He'll have your home spotless, dusting and cleaning. He even does the dishes. The other day, 27-year-old Louis Angelino was hired to clean a friend's apartment in South Jersey. He was told he'd find the key under the mat. So far, so good.
2.5 hours later, place is spotless.
Then the friend reached out to Louis with a perplexing question.
Are you here? Did you come clean today? And I was like, yeah, I came and cleaned. Like, I'm sitting in your living room right now.
Spent a lot of elbow grease cleaning the wrong apartment.
His apartment's 277.
77.
You were in 227.
Yes.
And you had already finished cleaning the entire place.
Exactly.
Just so happens both places had keys under the mat. This is the apartment Louis mistakenly cleaned. The homeowner was so shocked, he took this video when he came home and saw the place in pristine condition.
The couch is all put together. Sink.
It was Beth Motzel's husband who shot the video.
So he said, "You're not going to believe this." I said, "What?" He said, "Somebody broke in and cleaned our apartment."
The cleaning fairy had his work cut out for him at Beth's place.
It was filthy. The dust from...
But in the meantime, I'm going to go get the key that's hidden underneath my front door rug. So see you next time, guys.
So listen, I grew up with divorced parents. They divorced when I was 11 years old. They divorced and ultimately married other folks. My dad was black, married a black woman after my parents got divorced. My mom was white. She married a white dude after. In the video there, if you're on Facebook, Greenlaw Garden Apartments, my mom and her new husband lived in apartment 28. My dad and his new wife lived in apartment 30. So I grew up literally 2 doors down, apart from another, 2 completely different cultures. Dad's house was stereotypical black house. Mom's house was stereotypical white house. And so I grew up in a very unique situation, right? Now, at the time, it was incredibly difficult for me to experience that, right? Incredibly difficult for me to experience that. Especially going through, becoming a teenager, becoming an adult, trying to figure out my identity. It was a very difficult season for me, a very challenging season for me. Understand that experience helped shape and mold who I am today. It helped shape and mold, like, I see it as the gift that it is now, if that makes sense, right? See, because I grew up in the middle of these actually 3 cultures, because in apartment 29, we had a Hispanic culture. Because I grew up in the midst of these 3 cultures, I learned a kind of unique ability to understand, right? Like, I'll give you an example. Last night I was with June, and I was with Tony, and also Chad. I have a picture of him right now, but last night I was with the 3 of them, and we played some golf last night, and then we went out to a little restaurant where we had dinner, had really good steak dinner, and we were sitting there talking, and I don't know how the conversation came up, but we were kind of talking about our history, and we were talking about our background, and we started talking about Scientology, because I studied Scientology for 6 months when I came out of homelessness. And Scientology was a big part of my transformation in my life. Scientology helped me to see and understand that I was a spiritual being. It also taught me a lot of things about communication and the psychology of humans. It also taught me about it taught me all of these things. And so I was sharing that a little bit And Chad was like, wow, this is fascinating. And he's like, I just always thought Scientology evil, like period. That's it. Evil, everything about it. There could be no good. And so then he asked me, he's like, is Grant Cardone a Scientologist? I said, yes, actually, Grant and Elena Cardone are big time Scientologists. Like they're huge in the church. Like they're huge. And those of you that have ever been around me for any length of time, you guys know that I'm a big fan of Grant Cardone. I'm a big fan of Grant Cardone. I'm also a big fan of Jesus. And see, Scientology is not the path I ultimately chose. After 6 months, I chose to go a different way. But I can understand and see some of the benefits and the draw to Scientology, right? Conference. And at that event, Grant Cardone, this guy Grant Cardone, who I've been a fan of my entire life, he surprised me and showed up at the event. Check it out. It was amazing.
Grant Cardone, he's been a big part of my life since I was 19 years old. Taught me all about sales. I watched him forever. So GC, obviously you could be anywhere in the world right now. Why did you choose to be here with us today?
Yeah, because, I remember when I was trying to get to someplace and I couldn't get a break. And I remember asking people to help me still today. There's a list of people that just went through my mind that I've asked to be on a stage. They wouldn't show up, can't show up, don't find time to show up. When you ask a guy 6 or 7 times and all 7 times they're busy, it means they don't want to do it. That means they don't like you. That means they don't want to support you. And so I'm people that didn't accept me and didn't give me a shot at the game. Yeah, you got it.
Super cool, right? So he surprises me. He shows up, surprises me, takes his big old jet, flies into Lexington, Kentucky, surprises me, comes, speaks on my stage, says those kind words about me. And then afterwards, I get a letter. I get a letter from somebody. And the person that sends me the letter, they say, hey, how can you have a known evil Scientologist on your stage at the Grow for God conference? I don't understand how you could possibly do. I say letter is an email. And I sent a response to the email. And my response to that email was, I don't give a damn about that man's religion. All I care about is that he was willing to come support me. He invested more than anyone else at that event. Everyone else at the event paid $500 for a ticket, $1,000 for a ticket, $1,000 for some airfare, maybe $500 for a hotel. Me, the email didn't even come to the event. They sent me an email to complain about somebody being on my stage, and they didn't even support me. So that was my response. Like, bro, he supported me. You didn't. Why are you emailing me? This is crazy to me. See, I have an understanding. It's rare. It's unique. I get it. It's rare and unique. I can take the positives from any situation, and I can see the negatives in situations as well. I can understand how people can see both sides, right? I can understand Black Lives Matters and how that matters, and how that upsets others and matters to others. I can understand how a Me Too movement can upset others and matter to others. I can understand how cancel culture, where it comes from, and how it can be really upsetting for some and makes the most sense to others. I can see how some people would choose to be a Democrat, and I can see the benefits to that, and I can see how others would choose to be a Republican, and I can see benefits in that too. Vax, no vax, all of those things, right? They're just labels. Or red, that you have to choose up or down, that it has to be yes or no, that it has to be love or hate. And to be honest, it's all ridiculous in my humble opinion. Not that my opinion matters, but to me, it's all ridiculous. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's only one label, and that label is human. And to me, human stands for having unique missions and needs. You see, children of God, brothers and sisters, if you want to run with those labels, let's run with those. human, having unique missions and needs. You see, everyone's got their own path that they are called to travel. Everyone has the impact that they are called to make. Not everyone moves like Grant Cardone. Not everyone is humble and impactful like Eliza Myers-Borges, but they both have value. They both have massive value. So listen, if you have to choose a label, I want to challenge you this morning. If you have to choose a label, choose one of those. Human. Child of God. Brothers and sisters. Choose one of those labels. Or to be honest with you, don't. Like, it's your call. Because here's the reality of it. I don't have a desire to be right. As a matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, there really isn't right or wrong. See, to become the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. I don't care how you get there. I just know that we need you. We need you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a below average version, not an above average version, but the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. That's what we need. And my hope is through this show and through this week and through this conversation, you can understand that your uniqueness, it is what makes you different, that has value. It is what makes you unique, that makes you a priceless. I love you. I do. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I am cheering for you always, no matter who you are, no matter what you believe, no matter what background you came from or what experiences you have. I am cheering for you to become the best version of you that you can possibly be so that we can make an impact in this crazy thing called life. Fair enough? Fair enough. Listen, do me a favor if you haven't already, share this out. If you want to come join me and talk more about this, we're going to talk about it over on Clubhouse. I'm going to shut us down here on Facebook, Insta, TikTok, and YouTube. We're going to head over to Clubhouse, but I'll be back again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m., and we'll do it all over again. Let's go.
Hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation. Hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind. Grind, 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 grind. Hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation. Hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind. Don't stop, get it, get it. Hashtag rise and grind. Don't stop, get it, get it. Waking up the nation. Hashtag rise and grind. Waking up the nation. Hashtag rise and grind. Good morning. On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list.